Welcome to 123CY. I'm Werner and I've activated my green screen here today. The screen I selected was Bloemfontein After the Rain. I hope you like it, and I hope you like the story of the half girl. This morning it's Sunday, which is normally a very quiet day. And then it's lockdown day 3, which made it doubly quiet, and I thought about the sounds of silence, how garden birds can be on steroids, as they are at the moment as well. And I set out, made breakfast, did morning chores, then I thought I would do a few things, not too many things today, try to pace myself. Then two unexpected things happened. The one was a client contacted me and said she cannot pay. Her business was literally stopped due to the lockdown. All demand for what she provides was completely stopped, like a tap being closed, and she can't pay anymore. So I had that feeling of reaching out for her, wanting to make a plan, and at the same time that secondary feeling of that's one less client. How will I be able to provide for my family, through the lockdown period and beyond? While I was sorting that out, we had some conflict in the house. Child number 1 hit child number 2 with a tray, and I had to dish out some discipline there. Some time out, and I just felt, like that favorite story of mine, the half girl story. I felt very incomplete. I felt at odds with the day, and then I started thinking, but throughout my last decade or so, what tips did I receive to actually become whole again? And we are half when we go into a new day. We have to become whole in that day. We are half when we go into any new learning. We feel incompetent, and then through learning we become competent, and later just completely proficient. So it's the half girl story for me is such a story of humanity. How many times in relationships, at work, wherever, do we feel we're going to leave this never to return, and then we find ourselves returning to it, and then we had changed. So it's one of these hero's journey stories which I like very much. So becoming whole is also for me activating our entire bodies throughout the day. When we sit and we think only, we might forget that we have feet and hands, etc., and that we have a nervous system which connects all parts of the body with the brain. So, for instance, one way that we can activate our whole body and also our whole brain is to practice the major limbs. Dancing, swimming, walking, some of which may be difficult during lockdown, but it's good to move. It's good to move the big limbs, because it activates the whole body. The way I told the story, drumming at a certain rhythm while trying to do a voiceover, that using your major limbs and your intellect and vocals, etc., to try to bring forth a sort of a neat concert in terms of a story. That's also another way of activating the whole body, activating the whole brain. Other ways to activate the whole brain is to take your non-writing hand, whichever it might be, and draw something or write something. You could even use the mirror writing, for which Leonardo da Vinci was so famous. That's another way to activate your whole body. You can take your non-writing hand and your non-kicking foot, or whatever your foot of preference is. You can take the other foot and start doing things, doing chores, brushing teeth, putting on clothes, putting on makeup, washing yourself. You could dribble a ball. You could throw a ball or catch a ball with both hands. Every time you use both parts of the body, you activate your wholeness. And for me, every day is such a lifetime in its own right that I think it's worthwhile to contemplate how we as individuals can activate our wholeness, in reference to my previous video about how flow can you go. So in addition to hacking yourself into your flow state, you can start practicing little things in your daily toil on how to activate your wholeness body-wise, which will activate your whole brain. And like it has done for me today, it can bring us to a point where we are not stuck. We are not stuck in our thoughts. We start flowing through our day, and we come to a place where we can enjoy a green screen like you see behind me, and birdsong on steroids. I'm Werner from 123CY. Thank you for spending time with me today, and #GrowInGratitude.